Oh, hello. So welcome back. What we're going to be doing in this video is talking about the acceptance testing criterias. With me, we have Puneet, Purodhika, Sukh, and Sanjay. So we're going to be going through. We already did offline the acceptance testing, as you can see just on the bottom of these cards here. What we're going to be going through as a group. I'm going to read them out, and then we're going to discuss them if needed. Okay, so I'm going to just jump right in. The first card. So this story says that as a learner, I want to communicate with the owner of the book. In this case, like listing, right? Book listing. So the acceptance criteria says that you want to test by sending a message from one user to another. You want to check the message for accuracy, and you want to check that it takes less than or equal to 3 seconds to receive that message.
Yeah, this is just a normal chat function. So yeah,
Great.
Seems sufficient.
Awesome. Also, if I'm going too fast and you can't catch me, put it into the chat too. I do have it open. So if you have any tests you wanted to add for it, just mention it in the chat if you don't want to, interrupt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Next. As a learner, I want to review my orders before paying for them. So in this case, what we're testing is there's 2 ways to get here, right? So we want to test by buying a book directly from posting. And by accessing the buy option from the cart. In both of these cases, we want to ensure that the total is correct and ensure that all items are listed correctly. Right? Anything else?
No, that sounds pretty good.
Okay, great. Next. As a learner, I want to be able to search for books using ISBN to make sure I'm buying the correct textbooks for class. That's the story. And then for the test, I will be we will be testing by searching for a book that's currently being listed. We have to make sure it's being listed first. And then we want to search it by ISBN, and we want to make sure that it is appearing in the search results.
Yeah, this is just standard searching procedures and the expected result. Yeah.
Great. Next, as a learner, I want to save my payment information to reuse next time I make a purchase. So here, what we should be testing for is saving a valid card info, which should allow you to do so. You also want to try to save an invalid card info, which should fail, meaning not allow you to save that information. And then you also want to test by making a purchase using the saved card information to make sure that functionality works as well. Okay. All right. Next, as a learner, I want to see my postings. So we have test by logging into an account with multiple postings and ensure that there is a view that displays all of their active postings in one area, right? In one view.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. As a learner, I want to ensure that I receive a book in good condition. So here, the idea is that we want to test by making sure that I don't know if it's every posting, maybe it's like every valid posting should have the quality guarantee option, whatever that would look like, right? Some sort of option that the user can take off for that.
Yeah, I would assume that's being done while we are ordering.
Not too sure. And I wanted to avoid like UI stuff here.
Okay.
Yeah, but like maybe in the flow, maybe it's part of the posting or somewhere like they should have that option, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. As a learner, I want to be able to activate double factor authentication for security for accounts, right? So obviously there's 2 kind of states, right? You want to try logging in with double factor authentication enabled, and you want to try logging in to the same account, but without the double factor authentication. So make sure that it's working when it's on and not working when it's off. Those are the 2 states. Okay. As a learner, I want to track my delivery status. So we want to do test by opening a pending order and observe that we have status field displayed. So this is like in particular, the ordered, shipped, delivering, or delivered options.
Okay. Will we have exact tracking as to where the package is at the moment? At where it dispatched from and where it is being held?
I don't think so because they're not integrating with our app at all, right? Those people who are delivering.
Okay.
So
So
yeah, it
just a
would
basic.
a basic one.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. As a learner, I want to receive an email confirmation of the order and status. So you want to complete the checkout process and check to see if an email has been sent. Check that the email is sent to the correct address, and then check to make sure that the email is sent no later than 30 minutes after the order.
Yeah, it's good to have a time window.
Yeah, I think 30 minutes is good enough. Maybe we want to do also check email for accuracy of details.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Blazing along. Next one we're going to talk about is, as a learner, I want to be able to sort listings by cost in order to purchase the cheapest book that's available. So here we want to configure our search results to be able to sort by price and check to make sure that the items are being sorted correctly, not listed, because that's another story, but sorted, right? So make sure that the lowest is actually at the top and so on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As a learner, I want to be able to list my books for sale. So we test by listing a book for sale.
Yeah. Pretty simple. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. As a learner, I want to have all information about the listed books. So here, we just want to check to make sure that the postings have the following fields, which is the book title, the author, ISBN, the price, and the seller name. I think those are all vital for this story here.
Yep.
Okay. And as a learner, I want to create an account. So here, two states again, we want to test account creation with a valid email and test account creation with an invalid email. So maybe with the same email. So create an account and then try creating an account again with the same email because it should be not allowed anymore.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good.
All right. Next we have the reader story cards. So as a reader, I want to be able to search for books using the book title or author name so I can have a wider variety to browse through. So here we want to just test by searching for a book using the book title or author name and check whether the results match the search. And we also check if the results show similar titles. Would that be a default or something that they have to check? Like an option?
Basically what happens is when you search a book by name or by author name, what happens is that the actual book that you're looking for comes at the top, and then at the bottom you have a bunch of other books that match that description, sort of. You know, like when you search for a video on YouTube, you get the main video and then you get a bunch of other videos, something like that.
Okay. So in that case, like if you're searching for Game of Thrones, you might get like
Lord of
books
the
that are
Rings.
okay. But not
Right.
like it's not like just matching the title. So it's not like Game
Yes.
of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
A similar kind of, a same category, same genre type of thing.
Okay. All right. Checking chat. Okay, good. As a reader, I want to ensure that the book I buy is delivered in good condition. So test by opening and posting and make sure the quality guarantee option is available. Oh, okay, that's nice. So looks like we have some overlap
That's
here.
a duplicate. Yeah.
Let me put it next, and then we can decide what we want to do with these two stories.
Yeah.
As a reader, I want to be able to sort books using categories and genre to be able to find new books I might like. So test by selecting a genre or category from novel, light novel, comic, and manga, and check if the results are accurate.
So here, the categories are actually listed. So I'm thinking of 4 categories. That's the basic 4 categories that a reader might look for. Textbooks are not included because we have the learner user for that. The genres are not listed because there are about 50 or 60 genres of books. So it wouldn't make sense to list all genres in a test subject, but yeah.
Okay. All right, sounds good. All right, moving on to bookstore owner. Actually, maybe you guys want to read your own. That might save my voice a little. If not, I can keep going.
I mean, I can read it if you want.
That'll help. Thanks.
Sure. So, are we reading like the entire card?
Yeah.
Whatever you want, to be honest.
Okay. So as a bookstore owner, I want to create a catalog of books that I could not sell physically, and it'll include all the information. So we can test it by posting books with their details, and maybe it'll create a catalog. So the expected outcome should be that the system should upload the books with the required details. So once they're posted, we can see. Like we can try posting a book with all the required details, and I mean that should test this.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So for the next one, it's that as a bookstore owner, I want to buy books that I feel students are in a need of, or books that are maybe in demand. So we can do that. We can test it by searching books that the bookseller might need with the ISBN number. So if the book is available, if the search filter is good, and if the book is available, so he or she should be able to find it with the ISBN number.
Okay.
So the next one is that as a bookstore owner, I want to be able to get discounts for bulk orders. So we can test it by logging in as a seller to avail discounts. And the system should maybe navigate the person to a seller homepage if he's a seller. And then he can see if he can get any discount.
So would that be like a table or something? Like, what were you?
So if like when we log in, we'll have a different login page, like for the buyer and the seller, right?
Do we? Let me
I
just
don't
double check.
I don't think so.
The low fidelity diagram.
Oh.
Yeah, so we
Uh,
have a personalized homepage, right?
So you're saying if they're a
After logging
seller,
Yeah.
after logging in, yeah.
We could have for the bookstore owner, we could have something like a verified bookstore owner. So if the bookstore owner is verified, then they can go for discounts on bulk orders.
It would
Yep.
appear here though. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. I'm just wondering, would every like bookstore owner get discounts?
No, only
well,
for the bulk orders.
Oh,
only for
okay.
bulk orders. It says bulk
Oh.
orders, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
for example, it might be between two booksellers or bookstore owners. So one is selling books in bulk and one is buying those books in bulk. That
okay,
kind
it'll
of thing.
show up on their. Okay.
Yeah. Instead of seller, maybe it should say bookstore homepage, bookstore owner homepage in the expected outcome.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can do that.
Okay. I'll change it then.
And even in test by logging in as a bookstore owner to avail discounts. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Great.
So as a bookstore owner, I want to use the platform to increase my sales and reach a wider audience. For that, we can we can test by uploading books, and then we can use the delivery feature for further areas. So basically, the aim here is that if a bookstore owner is selling his books in like physical store, so he has only the nearby audience would be using it, like the customers would be limited, but the bookstore owner can use our delivery feature and then deliver books to like wider areas. So that is something, basically that is something that he can check with the delivery feature.
Okay.
So when he's like listing the books, there will be a feature that you can check.
No, so basically, the thing is that, so basically, this user story actually does not really require testing.
Oh.
But because if you see, it's just
it's basically
a point
just
of view for the bookstore owner. But somehow we can test it with somehow we can connect it to the delivery feature, because with the aim of reaching a wider audience.
Oh, you know what the problem with this story is I think we might need to rework this story, and have it more detailed, because this is too general, right? Like this is
Yeah.
ambiguous. Like how do you want to increase the sales and reach a wider audience?
So actually, this basically means that if a bookstore owner is selling a book in his own shop, he's only limited to the customers around his area. But if he's using our online platform, his customer base is not limited to that area. People can get it delivered to their home, so the distance won't be a problem. So that was the main. But then again, we don't. I think it was a long story, but then we decided to make it short.
Yeah, I can think of a couple ways to rework this to make it more specific, though. Like we can offer, like for example, like this one, right? I feel like it does bleed in a little bit with this one, because how does he increase his sales or get more like money? Well, he gets discounts, right? Like,
Well, again, we can have a verifying feature for like famous bookstore owners who can have their listings sponsored, and they will show up above other listings, something like that. Oh,
I think that's the side.
Okay, we already have that. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you're right, Purodhika. Like, yeah, definitely this story doesn't require testing, because like there's no way to test something like this. Well,
Exactly.
unless we want to offer. But yeah, again, we would have to rework the story. Let me put this aside. We'll decide what to do with it offline. But we might want to just delete this, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it coincides with the verification one too much, because the verification also helps the bookstore owner to increase its sales, right?
Right. Yeah, I agree. So
I'm wondering if that story is more like, so the bookstore owner could upload their books just to advertise their books on our platform, so that people can visit their bookstore to get their books as opposed to deliveries.
Oh, so you mean like bookstore owners will have a feature that can link to a physical location for their books when
Maybe,
they make a listing?
just so that visit to reach a wider audience, so that more people can visit their bookstore. But
I mean, if a customer selects like pickup as their
pick up.
so they're anyhow going to go to the shop and pick up the book, right? Because this is not a single person.
I don't think we originally had that as an option, but that might be an option that we might give for bookstore owners, right? So yeah, let's leave this for now. I think we can change it to something like that, but let's leave it because I don't want to spend too much time on it. Yeah. Great. So last one here, this one.
Yeah, so as a bookstore owner, I want some sort of verification system on my account so that buyers can be confident in my listings. So we can test this by asking the seller to fill a verification form. And yeah, seller gets a verified sign or maybe something account. Like, I don't know, it's like I got the blue tick in my mind.
Yeah.
No, I understand. Yeah.
So
also,
kind of
again,
we give a
we can
blue
change
tick to the sellers.
Seller to bookstore owner.
Is this only bookstore owners that we verify?
Well, if someone is just selling two books,
right? So because the story was for a bookstore owner, so I've just written it in that way.
No, I mean, like, because I think anybody can become verified, right?
I wouldn't agree with that.
Like that's business logic, right? Like when they decide, like, okay, if you fill out a verification, you can apply for the verification, but if it's approved, maybe we just say if approved.
In the verification process, we are gonna see, our team will see, either he is a legit seller or not, or is he a legit bookstore owner or not. We're not gonna verify. We're gonna give the verification sign to each and every individual or a member who doesn't own any shop or something like that.
Because even if you see like Facebook Marketplace and stuff, there are a lot of fake accounts there.
Right,
so we need something like that. We cannot verify all the sellers.
Yeah, which is, but I just think it's too limiting if we say you can only do this if you're a bookstore owner, because
no, it's just for this story that we're testing. This test case is just for this story, not for like the entire store.
You can consider it as one of the stories, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Does that mean we need to copy and paste it over? I guess this persona, it's like business people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In general. Okay. Yeah, okay. You know what? Let me change it then. All right.
All right. So graduates now can, as a graduate, they may want to sell their textbooks, so that they could redeem the cost of their books that they use. And we can test this by creating a specific book listing for sale. We can view that listing, and then we can test purchasing that book on the listing. And once it's purchased, the book should update as sold. And yeah, so that's how we should test it. Any thoughts?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Then so the next one is, as a graduate, they may want to compare prices of books for sale, just to get an idea of what the prices of books or similar books might be. So they could search for a specific book, and then the system should display books by other sellers in addition, and it should show like similar books with similar genres, so that they can get an idea of like roughly what the price might be that they can sell it at.
Yeah. So that's quite it reminds me of the other searching one that we had.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Good. Yep.
And then last one, as a graduate, you will want to receive your payment, of course, so we can test that the funds would appear on their account when they can withdraw it when they get a book sale, and their funds should show up on their account, whether it's whatever payment they select that we support.
Cool. In the chat. All right.
Okay, so as a delivery admin, I want to see which payment method buyer is gonna buy the book, so that delivery team will know about the delivery is prepaid or cash on delivery, so that they can assess them. So we can test this in the or in the order details. It should be shown by which method payment has been done. For example, a credit card is used or debit card or pay on delivery. So that we know how the payment is made, and we can assist in this way to the user regarding their order.
Is this common, by the way? Pay on delivery?
Yes, it is actually.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And as a delivery admin, I want to see and track notifications. Okay, so on this one, I was working. So in this, we can like test it through searching an order through an order ID, and we can track the order, and we can also see the notifications, like in which state it is. Is it packed, shipped, or on what's the delivery status?
Okay, so search it.
And order through the order ID.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that testing for tracking orders rather than tracking notifications?
Oh. Oh, right. Yes, this is notifications.
Yeah, so for the notifications, I think through the order ID we can get the notifications as well.
I'm not entirely clear on what the notifications are actually. Those are
About
messages.
For example, Charlie, when we order something, first notification we get the confirmation order, and the other one we get is it is picked up from the seller or from the any other seller or from a bookstore. Then it shows your package is shipped, and third is where it is right now, in which city, in which province it is. So this is how notifications.
Aren't those notifications for customers though? We're talking about the delivery admin.
Is this what we envisioned?
So I think this is
in
for
my mind,
both because
in my mind, the notifications for delivery admin would be more job related, like work. So they will have notifications of what orders they need to work on or look into for any problems. You know, at the start of work, you get tasks,
I think
right?
as a delivery admin and as a for a user, they will get the same notifications because uh, like his order is updated to the shipped or status or order is updated to the delivered status. Both of them, the user and the delivery admin, both of them then can see like, and from the if I'm as a delivery admin, if I'll see okay order is in this state. So if a user has a particular query, I can assist him that particular user accordingly. And I'll let them know as well, like you can track the status or the notifications through the application as well.
So the only like thing I'm confused about is like then where are the notifications coming from?
The
'Cause
notifications
we
would
said
be,
Mhm.
yes,
I just mean because we kind of made the assertion that no like outside party or anybody else is going to be using our system. So like I thought that the delivery admin would be the one like getting that somewhere else, like in another system, like those information, like it was picked up, it has entered, whatever, like delivery related
okay.
notifications. And
So
then, yeah, so I didn't think
that
it would
thing,
come from the app.
I think, that works both ways. So for example, if we are using the third party logistics, right? So the order status is gonna update on their website, and we can fetch only the order status, and we can reflect it on our website.
Okay,
How
like
Amazon works. When Amazon hired the third party logistics, they also show on their website as well, like what's the order status. But sometimes it's if it is not clear because the third party logistics application would show them the brief outlook.
so I agree that it's technically feasible. I'm just like I'm just wondering if that's what we agreed that that's what these are because I don't recall us having that conversation, which is why I
No,
was
we don't
surprised
have any regarding this. Regarding delivery, we decided to go with a third party only, right?
because I was envisioning a swivel chair scenario where delivery admins were responsible for pretty much manually updating these kind of things.
Delivery admin is not gonna do update the status.
Because I'm thinking if they're like $100 being on sale, the delivery admin will want to get notifications for each book that arrives at this warehouse, and then that warehouse you might want to search maybe by active deliveries, maybe.
Yeah, like again, I don't really have an issue with that idea. I just is that what everybody was thinking when we mentioned notifications? Because I think the notifications came up when we were doing the low fidelity, right? This is when the notifications came up. I don't think we ever talked about that.
About what, like,
About the notifications being anything related to order status. Like
so
I
what kind of notifications it would be? Track
So
notifications, I think it's related to the order where we can track something, something is moving. Order is the only thing which is moving.
well, we already we have another user story, which is the next one for the status of any active orders. So I don't know
Oh,
if we
okay.
need like a separate user story for those notifications as well. What I had in mind for notifications is like when you get as an admin, you will get notified if a problem arises, right? a delivery admin is a person who works at the highest level
Oh, okay.
for deliveries. So if a problem comes up, for example, an order didn't reach, or like there's not enough stuff, or like they were not able to process the order for some reason, that's a notification that a delivery admin gets. He doesn't care about whether the order or what's the status of the order.
In
Yeah, I
this
think
In this
scenario,
in this
like,
scenario, yes.
I'm not
of
saying like
course.
in real life the delivery admin doesn't care. We're just like I just mean in this scenario, I thought that was just like the job of the notifications. Yeah.
Well, if we're going to do notifications for delivery status, then we only should have one of the two stories, not
yeah,
both.
I agree.
Tell you what, we spent
So
like
maybe that should be like the test for that one should be like something like test an issue, a bug has been lost, a delivery has been lost, check that a notification comes through.
I think that would be like a total different incident. That would be like a query or concern, from a customer.
Yes, like
Then the admin,
tickets.
yeah, ticket system. Then the admin will be able to, look into that information using the order ID.
Yeah, that's what I had in mind for notification, that
Yeah.
someone issues a ticket and then the delivery
Oh,
admin gets a notification.
oh,
Something like
okay.
that. When problems arise, those notifications.
Okay.
so um we have 5 minutes on this call. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this down just like the other
Okay.
one. We'll talk about it later or decide offline.
Okay.
I'm gonna rush through these if you don't mind. I'm gonna take
It's
over.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Not even gonna read the story. So just gonna
Okay.
paraphrase. So for this, when we want to see the status of an active order, we just want to test with the application. We'll give options to the admins to amend the order details so that they can assist the users.
Yeah.
So just want to change the fields, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So for the delivery admin, you want a special account. So then the application should detect whether account credentials match with the delivery admin credentials or with other members, like other roles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it will give you the view accordingly.
Yeah, basically a separate functionality for delivery admin.
Correct. View. Okay, there we go. Okay. As for the admin, I want to be able to contact the customer via chat or email directly. So test the application should give an option to admins to contact users via chat or email.
We could add a test here for if the customer receives the response.
Yeah, check to see if customer receives the response message.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, great. Okay, as administrator, I want to be able to manage accounts. So you want to test by displaying a list of accounts and check if those accounts can be managed.
I'm not sure about the wording here. Managed is a very broad word, so maybe we can change this later offline.
Okay. Count. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
As an administrator, I want to look up orders so I can resolve customer queries. So here you want to test by searching an order using an order number. You want to test by sending a response to a customer and make sure the response is delivered to the correct address. Okay. Like email address, were you thinking? Or
Email address.
okay. Let's specify. So we are confused. And then okay. Great. As administrator, I want to monitor sales so I can track revenue. So test by displaying a list of sales and calculating total revenue.
Well,
This would
that's
be like-
basically just mathematical equations. Just have a list and then just track the profit made. That would
Okay.
be the revenue made, and yeah. So the admin doesn't have to calculate it himself with a calculator,
okay. Right.
tracking
So,
millions of sales.
millions. That's ambitious. Okay.
I mean,
All right. So as an administrator, I want to remove fake listings. So test by removing a listing from the listing page. Yeah. Okay. So that is all. We do have a few items to go over offline, but we'll do that not in the video. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.